Chapter 1. The day I wasn't enough. I need to talk, Ethan said, not looking at me. I smiled anyway. That sounds serious. Did I forget something again?
No, he said.
It's not that. I waited. The silence felt heavy, like it was pressing on my chest. Ethan? I asked. You're scaring me. He finally looked up. His eyes were calm.
Too calm.
I've been thinking for a long time. About what? I said. About the apartment? Because we can figure that out. It's not about the apartment, he said. I laughed softly. Okay, then what is it? He folded his hands. Us. My stomach dropped. Us how? I don't think this is working anymore. I stared at him. That's not funny. I'm not joking, he said. I shook my head. You said that last year, when you were stressed. You didn't mean it. This time I do. I leaned forward. Did I do something wrong? No, he said quickly. This isn't about blame. It feels like blame, I said. You're ending everything out of nowhere. It's not out of nowhere, he said. I've just changed. So have I said. People change together. He sighed. That's the problem. We didn't. My hands were shaking. You promised we would. I know what I said, he replied. I meant it back then. Back then? I repeated. That was last month. He looked away again. I don't feel the same anymore. I swallowed hard. So, you just stopped loving me? It's not that simple. It feels pretty simple, I said. You're leaving. Yes.
The word hit me like a slap.
Why? I asked. Just tell me why. He hesitated. I need more. More what? I asked. Time? Space. More security, he said. I frowned. I work hard. You know that.
I know, he said.
But it's never enough. The room felt smaller. Enough for what? For the life I want, he said. I laughed again, sharp this time. So now I'm not enough? He didn't answer. Say it, I whispered. He met my eyes. You're not enough anymore. My throat burned. Since when? Since I realized I want something different. Someone different, I said. He stayed silent. My heart started pounding. There's someone else. He exhaled slowly. I didn't plan for it to happen. I stood up. How long? A few months. A few months, I said. While you kissed me goodnight? I never meant to hurt you.
You already did, I said.
He rubbed his face. She understands me. I felt dizzy. So, I didn't. That's not what I said. It's what you mean, I replied. You're choosing her. I'm choosing a future, he said quietly. I shook my head. We talked about that future. I know, he said. But plans change. My chest ached. And I just disappear? You'll be fine, he said. That hurt more than everything else. I sat back down, legs weak. When were you going to tell me? I'm telling you now, he said. I whispered. Who is she? He hesitated, then said, Lena. The name echoed in my head. I whispered. You left me for her? He didn't deny it. I felt the room spin, my ears ringing, every promise breaking at once, leaving me empty, shaking, and unable to breathe. Everything inside me collapsed. Chapter 2. She had what I didn't. I didn't meet Lena in person. I met her through my phone. Maya said, I shouldn't show you this. Show me, I replied. She turned the screen toward me. A woman smiled back, perfect teeth, smooth skin, standing on a balcony I would never afford. That's her? I asked. Maya nodded. That's Lena. I scrolled. Designer bags. Expensive dinners. A beach I'd only seen in ads. She looks confident, I said. She is, Maya replied carefully. I laughed under my breath. She looks like money. Maya frowned. That doesn't mean she's better. It meant something to Ethan, I said. Later that night I called him. Why are you calling? He asked. Because I saw her, I said. And I need you to be honest. There was a pause. What do you want to know? Why her? I asked. Why was I so easy to replace?
You weren't easy, he said.
That's not an answer. He sighed. Life with you was heavy. Heavy, I repeated. Always worrying about bills. About the future, he said. It felt hard. So loving me was hard, I said. That's not what I mean. It is, I replied. You chose easy. I chose stability, he said. I laughed bitterly. She has money.
Say it.
She has security, he said. She knows what she wants.
I knew what I wanted, I said.
I wanted you. That wasn't enough, he replied. The words sliced through me. Because I didn't have what she has? I didn't say that. You didn't have to, I said. Your silence did it for you. I didn't plan to fall for her, he said. But you did, I replied. While you held my hand, I tried to fight it.
You didn't try hard enough, I said.
He went quiet. Look at me, I said, even though he couldn't see me. I would have built a life with you from nothing. I know, he said softly. That's what scared me. I closed my eyes. So you ran to someone richer. She makes things easier, he said. I felt tears burning. Do you hear yourself? I'm being honest, he said. Honesty doesn't make it hurt less, I replied. I'm sorry, he said.
Don't, I snapped.
Don't say that like it fixes anything. What do you want me to say? He asked. Tell me to stay, I whispered. He inhaled sharply. Tell me you made a mistake, I said. I can't, he replied. I swallowed. Please. He didn't answer. I would change, I said. I can try harder. That's not fair to you, he said. Let me decide that. I begged. He spoke quietly. I already chose. The line went dead. I dropped my phone and walked to the mirror. My eyes were red. My clothes were plain. My life suddenly felt small. I stared at my reflection and whispered, when did love start costing more than I could pay? Rock bottom has a sound. Silence was the loudest thing in my apartment. I sat on the floor and said, I don't know how to breathe without him. Maya sat beside me. You're breathing right now.
It hurts, I said.
Everything hurts. She passed me a tissue. Cry. Don't apologize. I feel stupid, I whispered. I trusted him. That doesn't make you stupid, she said. It makes me blind, I replied. You loved him, Maya said. That's not a flaw. It feels like one, I said. I gave him everything. She shook her head. You gave him love, not your value. I laughed weakly. Then why do I feel worthless? Because you're grieving, she said. I can't sleep, I told her. When it's quiet, my head won't stop. What does it say? She asked. That I wasn't enough, I replied. Maya grabbed my hand. That's his voice, not yours. It sounds like mine now, I said. The next morning at work, my screen blurred. Are you okay? My coworker asked. Yeah, I said quickly. Just tired. I wasn't okay. I missed deadlines. I sent the wrong file. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Focus, I muttered to myself. At lunch, I went to the break room and froze. I heard Ethan upgraded fast, someone whispered. Yeah, the rich girlfriend, another voice said. My chest tightened. They look perfect together, the first voice added. I walked out before they saw me. In the bathroom, I stared at myself. Get it together, I said. I didn't believe it. That night, Maya called. Did you eat? I forgot, I said. You can't disappear, she replied. I feel invisible anyway, I said. You're still here, she insisted. Barely, I whispered. The days blurred. I woke up tired and went to bed exhausted. At work, my boss said, Can we talk? I nodded, heart racing. He closed the door. Your performance has dropped. I know, I said. This isn't like you, he continued. I'm dealing with something personal, I replied. I understand, he said. But deadlines don't. I stared at the desk. I'll fix it. I need more than promises, he said. This is a warning. The word echoed. I don't want to lose you, he added. But I need consistency. I understand, I said quietly. When I left his office, my phone buzzed. Maya texted, "Are you okay?"
I typed, "I'm falling apart."
She replied, "Then let me hold you up." I leaned against the wall and whispered,
How did I lose everything so fast?
The silence answered me. I realized then that if I didn't change, I wouldn't just lose him. I would lose myself too. The choice no one saw. I woke up exhausted and said out loud, "I can't keep begging for answers." No one answered, and that felt right. At work, Maya texted, "You sound different today." I typed back, "I'm tired of breaking." She replied, "That's a start." Around noon, my email chimed. Mr. Harris wrote, "Can you come to my office?" I whispered, "Great," and stood up. He looked at me and said, "Sit." I did. "I've noticed you've been struggling," he said.
I know,
I replied. "I'm trying." "I believe you," he said. "That's why I'm here." I blinked. "You are?" "There's a project no one wants," he said. "High pressure. Tight deadline." I laughed nervously. "That sounds like a trap." "It's an opportunity," he replied. "Why me?" I asked. "You don't quit," he said. "Even when you're falling apart." I swallowed. "I don't feel strong." "You don't need to," he said. "You need to show up." "What happens if I fail?" I asked. He was honest. "It won't look good." My heart raced. "So this could cost me my job." "Yes," he said. "Or change it." I stared at my hands. "Why is everyone else saying no?" "Because it's hard," he replied. I laughed softly. "So, is my life." He smiled slightly. "Exactly." I hesitated. "Can I think about it?" "You can," he said. "But not for long." I left his office shaking. Maya called immediately. "What happened?"
They offered me a project, I said.
"That's good," she replied.
It could ruin me,
I said. "It could save you," she countered. "I don't trust myself," I admitted.
You don't have to, she said.
"Trust the version you're becoming." I closed my eyes. "What if I fail?" "Then you fail trying," she said. "Not hiding." I hung up and stared at my screen. I whispered, "I can't keep waiting for him to matter." I stood and walked back to Mr. Harris's office. He looked up. "Decision?"
"I'll do it," I said.
"Are you sure?" he asked. "No," I replied. "But I'm stubborn." He nodded. "That might be enough." That night, the office emptied. I stayed. I said to the quiet room, "I don't need revenge." I opened my laptop and added, "I need to survive." The lights hummed softly as I worked. For the first time in weeks, I wasn't thinking about Ethan. I was choosing myself. Healing is not pretty. I stayed late again and muttered, "This is a mess." Daniel looked over and said, "You're still here. That counts." "I spilled coffee on a report," I said, then fixed it wrong. He shrugged. "Happens." I stared at him. "Why aren't you judging me?" "Because you're working," he replied. "Not quitting." In the bathroom later, I locked the door and whispered, "Get it together." I cried anyway. At the sink, I splashed water on my face and said, "You don't get to stop." At my desk, Daniel asked, "Did you eat?" "No," I said.
"Take half my sandwich," he said.
"I don't want charity." "It's lunch," he replied. "Relax." I took it. "Thanks."
He smiled.
"Anytime." That night, my phone buzzed. A photo popped up. Ethan and Lena on a yacht. I laughed softly. "Of course." Daniel glanced over. "Everything okay?" "Yeah," I said. "Just noise." I put my phone face down. The next day, my code crashed. I groaned. "I'm terrible at this." Daniel leaned back. "You're tired, not terrible." "I don't feel strong," I admitted. "You don't look weak," he said. In the bathroom again, I whispered, "Why am I still hurting?" No answer came. At lunch, coworkers talked behind me.
"They travel a lot," someone said.
"Must be nice," another replied. I kept eating. Daniel asked quietly, "You want to leave early?" "No," I said. "I want to finish." He nodded. "Good answer." That night, Maya called. "You sound calmer." "I'm not happy," I said. "You sound focused," she replied. I don't care if they like me anymore, I said. That's growth, she said. The next week, I made fewer mistakes. Daniel said, see? Progress. I replied, barely. He smiled. Still counts. Before the presentation, my hands shook. Daniel whispered, you know this. I know pieces, I said. That's enough, he replied. I stood in front of the room and said, let's begin. My voice wavered, then steadied. A manager asked, can you explain this? Yes, I said, surprising myself. I finished and waited. Mr. Harris nodded once. Good work, he said. I sat down, heart racing. Daniel whispered, told you. I smiled, small but real. For the first time, healing didn't feel pretty. It felt earned, when power shifts slowly. I stopped crying every day. That scared me. Months passed, and I didn't notice until Maya said, you're different. I asked, is that good? She laughed. It's powerful. At work, Mr. Harris said, you're early. I like quiet, I replied. He nodded. Your results are speaking. I just do the work, I said. That's why it matters, he replied. He pushed me harder after that. Explain your decision, he demanded during meetings. I said, because the data supports it. He smiled. Again. I started dressing sharper, standing straighter, saying no without apologizing. When a coworker interrupted, I said, let me finish. They did. Maya noticed over coffee. You don't shrink anymore. I got tired of disappearing, I replied. You earned this, she said. I don't trust it yet, I admitted. She squeezed my hand. Enjoy it anyway. One night, Daniel said, people listen when you talk. I choose my words, I replied. That's leadership, he said. Rumors drifted in. Someone whispered, Ethan isn't happy. Another voice said, money didn't fix everything. I felt something cold bloom. It scared me. Maya asked, do you feel bad? I feel human, I said. That's fair, she replied. I thought about karma. Not loud, not cruel, just patient. Mr. Harris called me in. Sit, he said. I did. You handle pressure, he said. I learned to, I replied. He slid a folder over. I want you to lead the next team, he said. I blinked. Me? Yes, he replied. You're ready. I don't feel ready, I admitted. You don't have to, he said. I exhaled. Okay. He smiled. Good. I walked out slowly. Maya waited. Well, I got promoted, I said. She gasped. Say it again. I got promoted, I repeated. She hugged me. You did this. I whispered. I survived. That night, alone, I sat at my desk. I said softly, power doesn't rush. The office lights hummed. I smiled, knowing it had only just begun. I checked my email, reread the title beside my name. Team lead. I whispered, that's real. Daniel texted, proud of you. I typed, thanks for staying. He replied anytime. I changed my calendar, blocked time, set boundaries. When someone asked, can you handle this? I said, yes. No shaking. No excuses. A meeting ran long. I said, we end now. They nodded. Walking home, I passed my reflection in glass. I barely recognized her. Good, I said. Maya called. Celebrate? Soon, I replied. Why? She asked. I want to sit with it, I said. Of course you do, she laughed. At home, I opened social media. A photo flashed. Ethan looked tired. Lena looked distant. I closed the app. Not my story, I said. I poured tea and stood quietly. For once, I didn't ache. I just felt steady. Mr. Harris emailed. Welcome aboard. I replied. Ready to work. My phone buzzed. Maya texted, you okay? I answered, I'm careful. She sent, that's stronger. I smiled. I looked around my small place. Same walls. Different woman. I said quietly, this is mine. The thought settled. Power didn't explode. It arrived.
Slow. Certain.
Earned. I plan tomorrow. I plan next month. I didn't plan him. That felt right. I lay back, staring up. No more shrinking, I said. The silence answered, calm. I slept without dreams. Morning came. I dressed clean and sharp. I walked out steady. At the door, I paused. I earned this, I told myself. The day waited.
So did I.
I smiled once. Then I stepped forward, ready to lead, ready to learn, ready to keep becoming someone I respected. That was enough.
Now.
The interview, I didn't expect. Congratulations, HR said. You'll be leading the new team. I nodded. Thank you. Mr. Harris added. You'll also review final candidates. I understand, I replied. I sat at the table and opened the first file. Next candidate, HR said. The door opened.
She walked in.
My breath caught. I told myself, stay calm. She smiled politely. Hello. I said, please have a seat.
She didn't recognize me.
That hurt more than I expected. I'm Lena, she said. I know, I replied evenly. Her smile froze. You do? Yes, I said. Your resume. Oh, she said softly. HR asked, shall we begin? Yes, I said. I asked, why do you want this position? She straightened. I'm looking for growth. From where? I asked. My previous role didn't challenge me, she said. I nodded. What do you bring to a team? Efficiency, she replied. Adaptability. Examples? I asked. She paused. I learned fast. I watched her carefully. Then she looked at me again. Her eyes narrowed. Wait, she said. Do I know you? I met her gaze. We've met before. Her face drained of color. She stopped. I said calmly, continue. HR shifted uncomfortably. Lena swallowed. I apologize. That caught me off guard. Professional focus is important, I said. Yes, she agreed quickly. I asked, how do you handle pressure? I stay composed, she said. I almost smiled. Describe a failure, I said. She hesitated. I trusted the wrong people. I wrote that down. She glanced at my notes. Is that bad? It's honest, I replied. She nodded, hands trembling slightly. HR asked, any questions for us?
Lena looked at me.
Will I report directly to you? Yes, I said.
Her throat bobbed.
I see. I added, we value accountability. I do too, she said. The room felt tight. I said, thank you for your time. She stood slowly. Thank you. At the door, she turned. I'm sorry, I replied. This is an interview. She nodded and left. HR exhaled. That was tense. I'm fine, I said. Mr. Harris watched me. You handled that well. I did my job, I replied. HR closed the folder. She meets requirements. Then proceed, I said. Are you sure? HR asked. Yes, I said. I'm sure. They exchanged a look. HR said, she'll be placed on your team. I nodded once. When they left, I sat alone. My hands shook then. I whispered, control. I remembered crying on my bathroom floor. I remembered begging. Now she had called me sir by mistake. I laughed quietly. My phone buzzed. Maya texted, how did it go? I typed, you won't believe me. She replied, try me. I wrote, she interviewed today. Dots appeared. Disappeared. Then, oh my God. I stared at the wall. I didn't plan this, I said aloud. The door opened again. HR said, one more thing. Yes, I replied. She starts Monday, HR said. Under you. I said, understood. The door closed. I leaned back. No speeches. No revenge. Just truth. Power didn't announce itself. It simply sat with me. Quiet. Unmovable. And mine. She calls me boss. The team gathered and I said, good morning. They replied in pieces. Lena stood stiff beside the table. I said, I'll outline expectations. Nina smiled and said, sounds good. I continued, deadlines matter. Respect matters. Lena nodded too fast. I asked, any questions? She hesitated.
No.
I said, then let's start. After the meeting, Nina lingered. She whispered, there's history here, right? I met her eyes. We keep work clean. She nodded. I respect that. Later, Lena approached my desk. Excuse me, she said softly. Yes, I replied. She swallowed. I need clarification. About? I asked. The report format, she said. I turned my screen. This version. She leaned closer. Okay.
She paused.
Thank you, boss. The word landed hard. I kept my voice even. You're welcome. She stepped back, cheeks flushed. Daniel watched from across the room. He mouthed, you okay? I nodded once. At lunch, Nina said, you're calm. I focus, I replied. She's nervous, Nina added. That's not my goal, I said. It shows, Nina replied. In the afternoon, Lena missed a detail. I said, revise page 3. She froze. I'm sorry, I replied. Fix it by 4. Yes, she said quickly. Boss. Again. Each time it's done less. Not because it hurt less. Because it meant more. Daniel whispered later. You don't flinch. I don't need to, I said. He smiled. That's power. Near closing, Lena returned. I finished, she said. I reviewed it. Better. Relief crossed her face. She said, I appreciate fairness. So does the team, I replied. She nodded. I won't disappoint. That's your choice, I said. She hesitated. I never meant. I raised a hand. Work only. She swallowed. Understood. When she left, Nina said, you handled that. I had practice, I replied. With pain? Nina asked. With patience, I said. That night, Maya called. So, she asked. She called me boss, I said. Maya laughed. How did it feel? I thought. Quiet. That's dangerous, she teased. It's peaceful, I replied. I stayed late, reviewing schedules. No favoritism. No cruelty. Just structure. Just distance. As I packed up, Lena said, good night. Good night, I replied. She added softly, boss. I nodded. Walking out, I caught my reflection. I looked steady. I whispered, revenge doesn't need noise. The building echoed back nothing. And that felt right. I unlocked my door at home. Silence waited. Not heavy. Earned. I smiled once. Power stayed. Quiet. Permanent. Mine. Ethan comes back too late. Ethan texted me, can we talk? I stared at the message and replied about what? He answered us. I wrote, there's no us. Please, he sent. Just once. I agreed to meet. When I arrived, he stood up too fast. You look different. I said, sit down. He did. I heard about your promotion, he said. I didn't know you worked there. I always did, I replied. He rubbed his hands. I didn't realize how far you'd go. I asked, why are you here? He hesitated. I made a mistake. I nodded. You did. I thought I wanted easy, he said. I thought money meant peace. And I asked. And it didn't, he admitted. I sipped my coffee. That's not my problem. I know, he said quickly. I'm not asking you to fix it. Good, I replied. He looked tired. Things are hard. They were hard with me too, I said. But you made them feel heavier, he said. I tilted my head. You mean real? He flinched. I mean uncertain. I was building, I said. You were running. He swallowed. I was scared. I know, I replied. I'm under a lot of pressure, he said. Money issues. Expectations. I said calmly, that's adulthood. He laughed weakly. You sound like someone else. No, I said. I sound like myself. He leaned forward. Do you ever miss me? I thought for a moment. I miss who I thought you were. That hurts, he said. It should, I replied. He sighed. Lena isn't happy. I didn't ask, I said. She feels trapped, he continued. So did I said. He looked up. You never told me. I tried, I replied. You were busy choosing comfort. He stared at the table. I didn't think you'd be okay without me. I smiled slightly. That was your mistake. He looked at me then really looked. You don't need me. No, I said. I don't. Silence stretched. I was hoping, he said quietly. For what? I asked. That you'd forgive me, he said. I shook my head. I don't hate you. That's not forgiveness, he said. No, I replied. It's freedom. He exhaled. You're stronger than I expected.
I always was, I said.
You just didn't value it. He nodded slowly. I lost something real. Yes, I said. You did. He whispered. Is there any chance? I stood.
No.
He looked up, eyes glassy. So this is it. This ended a long time ago, I said. I grabbed my bag. Wait, he said. I'm proud of you. I paused. That doesn't change anything. I know, he said. I walked away. I didn't look back.
I didn't need to.
I felt light. Behind me, he stayed seated. Small. Still chasing safety. I stepped into the street and kept moving. For the first time, I didn't wonder if he was watching. I already knew. And it didn't matter. Karma doesn't need help. Lena's report sat on my desk. I said, this section is off. Redo it. She looked flustered. I thought it was fine. I'll explain, I said calmly. She nodded, biting her lip. Later, Nina whispered, she's struggling. She's learning consequences, I replied. Lena came over. I don't get why I keep making mistakes. Attention to detail matters, I said. Document everything. She scribbled notes quickly. I'll try harder. Good, I said. She paused. It feels harder than I expected. I didn't answer at first. It's fair, I said finally. You can manage it. She swallowed. I guess I deserve this. I frowned slightly. Deserved what? You know, for how things went before. I looked away. Maybe. Her eyes widened. I didn't expect you to be fair. I'm professional, I said. Nothing personal. She exhaled. It's different than I imagined. It should be, I replied. At lunch, Maya asked, feeling bad? Partly, I admitted. I want to, but I remember how I felt. You're stronger, she said. I'm careful, I replied. I won't let anger run me. Back at the office, Lena made another mistake. I said, check the numbers again. Correct it in the shared file. Yes, boss, she whispered, almost trembling. I watched her go. Quiet satisfaction, mixed with unease. Daniel asked, is she getting better? Yes, I said. Slowly. She'll understand on her own. Do you feel guilty? He asked. No, I said. Not exactly. I just remember where I was. Where you were, he repeated. Broken, I said softly. Invisible. Humiliated. He nodded. And now? Standing, I said. That's enough. Lena approached again. I fixed it. I think it's correct now. Good, I said.
See?
Effort counts. She glanced at me. I won't take shortcuts again. I believe you, I said. She left, shoulders slightly straighter. I typed notes into the file. Every change documented.
Fair. Honest.
Daniel said quietly, you don't need to break her to win. I know, I replied. Life does that on its own. I leaned back in my chair. The office was quiet. I whispered to myself, I just need to stay standing. No gloating. No vengeance. Just presence. Stability. I looked at the documents again. Everything in its place. I was in mine. And that was enough. The woman I became. Maya called as soon as I left the office. So, tell me everything. I laughed softly. It's been a long day. You sound different, she said. Confident. Calm. I am, I admitted. I finally feel steady. That's amazing, she said. You earned it. I did, I said quietly. Later, Daniel stopped by my desk. Mind if I sit? Of course, I said. He smiled. You've changed. I mean, really changed. I've had to, I said. No shortcuts this time. You're careful, he said. Cautious. I can't afford to be reckless anymore, I replied. He leaned forward. That's attractive. I froze slightly. Careful, I said again. I'm careful, not available. He nodded slowly, understanding. Noted. A knock interrupted us. Claire, a junior employee, peeked in. Do you have a minute? Of course, I said. Come in. She looked nervous, fidgeting with her notebook. I messed up a client report. Show me, I said. We went through it together. I guided her patiently, pointing out what to adjust, how to prioritize, how to manage pressure. Thanks, she said softly. I didn't know how to ask for help. I smiled gently. We all start somewhere. Mistakes aren't the end, they're lessons. She brightened. I hope I can be as calm as you one day. You will, I said. Just trust yourself. After she left, Daniel watched me. You're good at this, he said. Mentoring? I asked. Yes, he said. And I can see why people follow you now. I shrugged lightly. I just know what it's like to be lost. I don't want anyone to stay there if I can help. He nodded quietly, a hint of something more in his eyes. I turned back to my desk, organizing files, thinking about the months behind me. No late-night tears. No frantic calls. No chasing anyone who walked away. Maya called again. Celebrating tonight? I think I'll just sit with it, I said. Let it sink in that I'm still standing. That's smart, she said. You've earned reflection, not distraction. I smiled, imagining the past me, broken, pleading, unsure. I whispered softly, I'm not defined by betrayal anymore. Daniel peeked over my shoulder. Then what defines you? I looked up, meeting his gaze. Survival. Strength. Me. He nodded. The woman you became. I let that settle. Quietly, internally, I knew it was true. Helping Claire reminded me where I started and how far I'd come. I didn't need anyone else to validate me. I didn't need closure or revenge. I had clarity. I had control. I had life. And the woman I became smiled quietly, steady, and completely hers that I didn't win. I evolved. The office was quiet. I looked at the empty chair where Lena used to sit. HR whispered. She submitted her resignation. I nodded slowly. Understood. No celebration. No gloating. Just a quiet, steady acknowledgement. Daniel peeked in. She really left. Yes, I said. She's moving on. He smiled faintly. That's relieving? I don't feel relief, I admitted. I feel complete. Later, my phone buzzed. Ethan's name appeared. I stared. No text. No call. Just his number lingering in my mind. I deleted it. No curiosity. No yearning. Nothing. I leaned back in my chair. The hum of computers was the only sound. I whispered to myself, this is what I wanted all along. Maya called. So, how's the office without her?
Calm, I said. And steady.
Just how I like it. You sound different, she said. Peaceful. I am, I replied. I don't need anyone to choose me anymore. Daniel stopped by again. You've changed a lot. I've grown, I said. That's different. You're stronger, he said softly. Not stronger than anyone else, I said. Just stronger than before. I walked to the window. The city stretched beneath me. I thought about all the nights I cried, all the doors slammed in my face, all the silence that haunted me. I whispered. I survived all of it. I imagined my past self, begging, pleading, breaking. I smiled faintly. I would never beg again. No one would ever hold that power over me. No heartbreak, no betrayal, no rejection. I had already reclaimed myself. The promotion, the respect, the team I built, they weren't trophies. They were proof. Proof I could endure, adapt, and rise. I thought about Lena and Ethan. Neither defined me anymore. Neither dictated my worth. I closed my eyes. I didn't win in the way I imagined. Then I laughed softly. I won in a way that matters.
Control. Peace.
Self-respect. That was enough.
I turned back to my desk.
The files awaited me, the emails, the meetings. I could handle them all. I could handle anything. I whispered again. I evolved. And in that moment, I believed it. No past could touch me. No future could scare me. I would walk forward, steady, unshakable. The woman I am now, calm, clear, unafraid, looked back only once. And then she stepped forward.
Free. Whole.
Finally, entirely hers.